So I won't be going live today to wait for another nothing burger, and I have some stuff to do over here. I purchased a new microphone. It's not this one. It's the new one is still coming in later today, but there's also some maintenance people coming over today, so I won't be able to go live as I don't know when they're coming. It's like a time frame of when they're coming. But I just briefly wanted to talk about this whole situation. I kind of put the whole timeline together and talk about, the Tom Henderson situation. After yesterday, nothing happening again, and also because I can tell you that Rockstar Games is not going to post any Grand Theft Auto 6 today or anything this whole week. Maybe on the earnings call, right before the earnings call, but I don't even believe that. Because our good friend Bilibili, which is the Chinese social media, which also always posts Grand Theft Auto or Rockstar Games content before they do in the Western media like Twitter and Instagram, they've already posted 2 posts for today that are scheduled for today on Twitter, which is going to be a double rewards retweet for GTA Online and a Red Dead Redemption Online post. So yeah, today is going to be dedicated to nothing when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 6 as always, and so that's basically going to be it. And I don't think we get any GTA 6 news right before the earnings call either. I think it's just going to be Strauss reiterating something, or maybe even bad news like a delay because we haven't heard anything from Rockstar for GTA 6, but I don't know. At this point, I would not rule it out, but I would not think that it's like super likely or whatever, but yeah. A lot of people are starting to believe Tom Henderson, who said that he predicted, and this is an opinion of his, this is not a leak or whatever, but he is a very credible insider, and there's a whole list out there on Twitter about what he was right about and what he was wrong about. You can look it all up on Twitter if you want to, but he basically says that he doesn't think there's going to be any GTA 6 news until July or even August before the August earnings call, because that would mean that we'd be much closer to release, and that would be more logical for Rockstar to actually post something like a trailer 3 or pre-orders or anything like that. Now, kind of as a joke today, I said they're gonna delay GTA 6 again, my prediction, pain, and I've seen this comment, which was, oh, it's actually translated from Spanish, that's cool, shout out to Spain. This dude says, I've noticed that all the latest releases under Take-Two have opened pre-orders 3 months in advance. They might apply the same thing with GTA 6 if they now opt for short campaigns that effectively leads us to August 2026, as Tom Henderson says. And this is why I wanted to talk about this. And so I did some research on whether that was true, and it was, for the most part, true, especially last year. But it's a thing of last year and last year only, nothing before that, because Civilization 7 pre-orders opened in August 2024, and then the release date was February 2025, so that's like 6 months in advance. But that was like a little longer ago than, for example, Mafia: The Old Country, where pre-orders opened on May 8th, 2025, and the game released on August 8th. So that's exactly 3 months, like on the dot, in advance. And then you also had Borderlands 4. Pre-orders opened on June in 2025, and then it released on September 2025, which also was roughly 3 months in advance. So if you apply that logic to GTA 6 with this November 19th release date, 3 months earlier than that would be August 2026, which is, kind of what Tom Henderson says. The big problem, of course, is that's a long time from now. And so we've been sitting here, for weeks on end, just doing hopium streams and thinking, oh, that's, I had a crash out yesterday because I was just kind of done with everything and predicting and doing all that type of stuff. And now here I am predicting something else and then making choices. And, it's kind of not fun anymore for me. I just want to play the game. I don't want to think about stocks. I don't want to think about all these little numbers or, oh, Rockstar posted a GTA Online post and on the car it says a letter and that letter might mean something and the moon is like this. And you know what I mean? So to me, it's kind of becoming stupid. I know there's a lot of people who are saying, well, you are doing the marketing for free, so that's why they're not posting anything. If you would have stopped posting YouTube videos, then Rockstar would look at GTA Infinity's YouTube channel and see, oh, he hasn't posted for 10 days. Now is the time to post the trailer. And I'm just like, why? And those are the same people who say like, oh, if you just stop playing GTA Online, let's all stop playing the game, guys. And then they will panic, and then they will. That's not how business works. These things, that's the most illogical thing. Same with, if you don't expect it, that's when they're gonna do it. No, they're not thinking about our expectations. They're thinking about the best timing for them to make the most money with pre-orders, and that's it. And they have the date already set. They know when they're gonna do it, but there's like a bunch of maybe 3 people who know when that is. It's the CEO, Sam Hauser, or Dan, I don't know which one is there again. It's probably Strauss Zelnick, and it's probably the head of marketing, and nobody else knows. And they've chosen a couple of dates and a strategy of what they want to show, what the theme is going to be for this marketing. And it's not because of us that, now they're not posting anything. That's not true, and I just refuse to believe that narrative. And for me personally, I have been thinking about this a lot, and I said this yesterday too in the live stream of like, what should I do with my YouTube channel? Should I just take away the GTA part of my YouTube channel, just change it to Infinity and become somebody who just talks about gaming in general, or just talks about whatever I want to talk about, because I love yapping about stuff. There is some movies that I'm interested about and all that other kind of stuff. But because my main audience now watches GTA 6 content from me on the news aspect and the breakdowns aspect of everything, it is really hard to pivot content. I did this GTA 5 video once with a bunch of other YouTubers, and the video was really fun, but nobody really looked at it because the audience is expecting GTA 6 content, and whether you like it or not, most of you guys didn't click on that video because it was GTA 5. It was not what you subscribed for. And that's absolutely fine, but that kind of keeps me in a bubble where I almost have to make a new second channel to create a different audience and talk about different things, so that's why I'm kind of hesitating on making a whole new channel and changing my name on this channel or whatever. I kind of just want to keep this niche here, because I know when GTA 6 comes out, this channel will kind of pop off, and when trailer 3 comes out, everybody will be going to this channel for the breakdowns, and it's gonna be super fun. So it's kind of a weird situation where I'm at right now, because it's kind of too late to pivot, and honestly, like, I don't really want to pivot. I've had other YouTube channels where I was like trying different stuff, and every single one of those I just kind of quit because I became disinterested with whatever topic or whatever niche I was going after with the channel. And this is the only channel where I'm always excited to talk about something. And just, sharing what I found out about some leaks or some rumors. But most importantly, when a trailer or screenshots come out, what little details there are. One of my favorite YouTube channels back in the day when Marvel movies were like popping, right? Before Endgame, before Infinity War, before the biggest Avengers movie ever. There was this bunch of channels called Emergency Awesome, you had New Rockstars, and you had Heavy Spoilers. And these 3 would just look at the trailers of Marvel movies and then go and compare it with the comics and the storylines of the comics, and see which characters might cameo in the Marvel movies and which storylines might be utilized there. And that is kind of where I got the inspiration to do breakdowns for GTA 6, and I absolutely love that. And so I think that's one of my favorite things to do, and it still is. But if we don't have trailers for another 2 months, I'm just sitting here like, okay, what am I gonna talk about? What am I gonna do? Especially if everybody wants to just only listen or hear about GTA 6. And I feel like you guys are fed up too with the non-information, right? and all the random stuff. So I've said this before in terms of leaks and Best Buy and all that type of stuff. I didn't really. Initially I got hyped because of the Best Buy stuff and because of all the other websites, but I've told you this within those same videos that I talked about the leaks of the Best Buy situation, which ended up not being true at all. Is it doesn't really matter if we don't hear anything from Rockstar. And so on last Friday and the Friday before that, that's where I was most excited to do the streams, because we might have gotten a tweet or, a 2-sentence like newswire saying Traitor 3 is coming on this date on this time. GTA 6 is available on PlayStation and Xbox, like what they did with Red Dead Redemption 2 when they did that exact same thing. So yeah, for me, it's just, I don't know. What do I do? Right? What do I do? And I feel like I can get a lot of suggestions about what I should change about my channel in the comments and this and that, but eventually, with the whole YouTube algorithm and stuff, any changes I make on the subject of my channel will just tank my whole channel. And so I would rather just stay strong for a couple more months until we get some news and just keep the GTA Infinity brand going and do all that sort of thing. And then when trailers come out, eventually we'll be hyped up and doing all the good stuff. But until then, we just kind of have to survive on just random stuff. So let me know what you want to see when it comes to GTA 6 content. We'll just have to wait and see, but for me it's just kind of a weird, awkward scenario that I'm in. So just let me know what you all think. So yeah, that's it for this video. You guys have been so positive, so much fun to just be around in the live streams and in the comments, and you guys are absolutely killing it. So thank you all for all the support, man. And it's gonna be just a little bit of a bumpy road up until next, info drop of Rockstar Games. We'll just see what happens, and when it happens, I do have some great stuff for you in store. So look out for that. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for all the new members, man. I appreciate you all so much. Very generous of you all to become a member. So thank you all. And thank you to all the people who gifts the members. I know Talk of Authority give me a bunch of gifted memberships, so thank you so much. So thank you all so much. See you guys next time. Bye bye.